So here's a question that a lot of Harry Potter fans think they know the answer to, but the real explanation goes way deeper than people realize. Why was Lord Voldemort, the most feared dark wizard of the age, afraid of Albus Dumbledore? Because it wasn't just power, it wasn't just reputation, and it definitely wasn't because of age or experience. No, 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 no. Voldemort feared Dumbledore for a reason that strikes right at the heart of the entire Harry Potter story, a theme the books hammer constantly. There are powers Voldemort could never understand and therefore could never defeat. So today, here on the LoreVerse, we are breaking down exactly what these powers were, why Voldemort tried to deny them, and how Dumbledore weaponized them against him without ever raising a wand. Now, let's get into this. Now, let's go back to Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince when Dumbledore visits young Tom Riddle in the orphanage. And this is the moment that sets everything in motion. Dumbledore immediately understands something about Tom. Number one, he's gifted. Number two, he's intelligent, but he also loves control. And he collects trophies from his victims, right? He manipulates people for fun and he hides his powers so he can hold them over others. And Tom Riddle is a boy who believes power is only real if it puts you above someone else. And when Albus Dumbledore arrives, Tom finally meets someone he cannot control and cannot intimidate. And this is the first seed of Voldemort's fear because he meets someone who sees through him completely and is not impressed. And this is where the real reason Voldemort feared Dumbledore begins. Because their magic comes from two completely different worldviews. So, just to break that down, Voldemort's magic is built on domination, fear, preserving of self at all cost, and avoidance of death. Now, Dumbledore's magic is really coming from trust, sacrifice, emotion as strength, not weakness, and the acceptance of mortality. And here's the key: magic in Harry Potter is fueled by emotion and belief. And this is why Voldemort can never wield certain spells or artifacts, not because he lacked magical power, but because he lacked the emotional capacity required for that. And this is why the Elder Wand never truly obeyed him. This is also why he can never understand the Resurrection Stone. And this is why he never grasped the power of Harry's protection. Dumbledore mastered magic and Voldemort couldn't even comprehend. Now, let's talk about love, the theme everyone jokes about, but it's not a cheesy Harry Potter message. It's a magic system rule. Love creates magical protection. Sacrifice creates binding enchantments. Grief creates powerful primal magic tied to identity. Dumbledore understood this and Voldemort rejected it. There's a line from the Sorcerer's Stone in chapter 1 that sums this up perfectly. Dumbledore says, "He'll never know love or friendship, and I feel sorry for him." That's not pity, that's a death sentence because magic built on cruelty is always fragile. It needs control, it needs fear, and it collapses the second someone chooses to stand against it. Voldemort knew Dumbledore could make others choose to stand, and that terrified him. And this is why Voldemort avoided directly fighting Dumbledore because he always attacked through proxies, through manipulation, through politics, and through fear. But when he finally faced Dumbledore one on one in the Ministry of Magic battle, he realized something. Dumbledore was fighting to protect, and Voldemort was fighting to destroy. And these are equal sources of power. And Dumbledore's magic flows outward, Voldemort's magic collapses inward, and Dumbledore had nothing to prove, and Voldemort had everything to lose. So here's the real answer. Voldemort feared Dumbledore because Dumbledore saw him fully, not as the Dark Lord, not as a genius, not as a monster, but as Tom Riddle, the scared, lonely little boy who believed that love was weakness because he never received it. And Dumbledore represents the truth Voldemort denied, the love Voldemort never felt, and the humanity Voldemort tried to destroy in himself. And look, you can't defeat what you refuse to understand. And Voldemort never understood the Dumbledore, which means he could never beat him. So when Dumbledore says there are powers Voldemort has never had, he meant this. Not power of magic, but power of soul. And Voldemort's greatest fear was realizing he lost that before he ever became the Dark Lord. So I hope you guys enjoyed this content here. As I said, I'm rereading through the Harry Potter books, so I'm just like realizing a lot of things over again. And so we're going to keep making videos on them as I'm reading through these books. I'm also cracking open those Percy Jackson books again too. So we're going to get some Percy Jackson content out there too. Definitely with the Sea of Monsters season coming out next month. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Stay crispy, y'all. Peace out.